the Los Angeles Lakers seem to be on the right track. After an impressive 8-game winning streak and securing 20 victories in their last 24 games, the team had built strong momentum. Optimism was growing among fans and analysts, with many believing the Lakers were finally finding their rhythm. However, the tide has turned dramatically. The team has now lost 7 of its last 10 games, including a disappointing 118-106 defeat to the Orlando Magic on Monday. This marked their 3rd consecutive loss, raising concerns about their ability to sustain a high level of play. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. What's most alarming is that this slump comes at a time when the Lakers are nearly at full strength. Injuries had plagued them earlier in the season, but over the past couple of games, the team has had most of its key players available. Yet, despite being healthy, the Lakers haven't been able to maintain the same intensity and focus that fueled their earlier success. One of the biggest factors in the Lakers' struggles has been their inconsistency on both ends of the floor. During their winning streak, they played with energy, defensive commitment, and a clear sense of urgency. Now, that edge seems to be missing. Luka Doncic himself acknowledged that the team might have become a little too comfortable with their previous success. "We had a great stretch, but maybe we got a little satisfied with that. And in this league, you can't afford to relax," Doncic admitted in a post-game interview. This sense of complacency has been evident in the way the team has approached games. Defensive rotations have been slower, offensive possessions have lacked movement, and second-half performances have been noticeably weaker. What once looked like a team ready to make a serious playoff push now appears uncertain and out of sync. When asked who should take responsibility for getting the team back on track, Doncic didn't hesitate. He pointed to himself and LeBron James as the ones who need to step up and refocus the squad. "I think Bron and I need to be the guys who do that," Doncic said. "I have to improve, speak up more. I was vocal in the first half, then stopped, and I shouldn't have done that." Doncic's self-criticism reflects a growing realization that leadership isn't just about putting up big numbers, it's about setting the tone for the entire team. Both he and LeBron are the faces of the franchise, and their approach will dictate how the rest of the squad responds to adversity. LeBron, who has been in similar situations countless times throughout his legendary career, understands the importance of keeping the team engaged, especially during rough stretches. However, at 39 years old, he can't carry the load alone. He needs Doncic to be a vocal leader alongside him, ensuring that the Lakers maintain focus and energy throughout the full 48 minutes of every game. One of the most concerning trends during this slump has been the Lakers' second-half offensive struggles. Against the Magic, Doncic shot just 9 of 23 from the field. His first-half performance was stellar, scoring 21 points and keeping the team competitive. But after halftime, he cooled off significantly, adding only 11 more points. LeBron also had a solid stat line with 24 points, but there was a key issue. Every single one of his points came inside the paint. He didn't make a single shot from mid-range or beyond the arc. That lack of perimeter shooting has made it easier for opposing defenses to collapse inside, limiting the Lakers' offensive options late in games. This pattern has repeated itself multiple times. The Lakers start strong, keep the game close in the first half, but then struggle to execute in the later stages. Whether it's fatigue, lack of adjustments, or simply losing focus, the inability to maintain offensive efficiency has been a major reason for their recent losses. The road doesn't get any easier for the Lakers. They are currently in the middle of a 4-game road trip, with tough matchups ahead against the Indiana Pacers, Chicago Bulls, and Memphis Grizzlies. These are teams that, while not necessarily title contenders, have enough talent to take advantage of any weakness the Lakers show. After the road trip, the Lakers will return to Los Angeles, but the challenge doesn't stop there. They'll face 2 of the hottest teams in the league right now, the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Both teams have been playing with high intensity and will test the Lakers on both ends of the court. For a team that started the season with championship aspirations, this stretch of games will be critical. If the Lakers continue to struggle, they risk slipping further in the Western Conference standings, making their playoff path even more difficult. If the Lakers want to re-establish themselves as serious contenders, they need to make changes immediately. The defensive intensity that fueled their winning streak must return. The offensive inconsistency, especially in the second half, has to be addressed. And most importantly, the leadership of Luka Doncic and LeBron James must be more vocal and assertive. This isn't the time for excuses, it's the time for action. The Lakers have the talent to compete with the best teams in the league, but without focus and discipline, that talent won't translate into wins. Doncic and LeBron understand what's at stake, and it's up to them to ensure that the team rediscovers the mindset that made them successful earlier in the season. With the Western Conference as competitive as ever, every game matters. The Lakers can't afford to let their struggles continue. The question now is, will they rise to the challenge, or will this downward trend define their season? The Los Angeles Lakers have been struggling over the past 10 days, and the timing couldn't be worse. Injuries, defensive lapses, and inconsistent play have thrown them off track, exposing weaknesses that weren't as apparent earlier in the season. This slump has raised serious concerns as the team fights for positioning in the highly competitive Western Conference. The numbers don't lie. The Lakers have managed just 3 wins in their last 10 games, a troubling trend as they approach the postseason. When a team should be rounding into form and building momentum, LA seems to be moving in the opposite direction. Every loss makes their playoff path even more difficult, and unless something changes fast, this could be a devastating setback at the worst possible moment. Despite these struggles, there have been some bright spots. One of them has been Jackson Hayes, who has stepped up and proven he can be an effective piece within this Lakers system. His size, athleticism, and energy have provided valuable minutes, and he has shown flashes of being a solid contributor, especially alongside Luka Doncic. But while Hayes has certainly played his role, the reality is that his limitations are becoming more and more obvious, especially when considering what it takes to compete at the highest level in the playoffs. His athleticism and effort are important, but when the intensity rises in the postseason, the Lakers will need a more reliable and physically dominant presence in the paint. Relying on Hayes as their primary big man isn't a sustainable long-term solution for a team with championship aspirations. This isn't something the Lakers are just now realizing. The front office already understood the need for an upgrade, which is why they aggressively pursued Mark Williams before the trade deadline. The hope was that Williams could come in and provide a more well-rounded skill set at the center position. However, after concerns about his physical condition, the Lakers decided not to move forward with the deal. That decision left them with a front-court rotation that, while serviceable, still has major question marks. Hayes has filled a need, but he isn't the dominant big man that can anchor a team deep into the postseason. The Lakers will have to address this issue one way or another, whether they manage to make a deep playoff run this year or not. The importance of securing a legitimate center upgrade this summer cannot be overstated. Hayes will become a free agent, and while his playoff performance will certainly factor into whether the Lakers decide to bring him back, it's clear that the team needs to explore additional options. Whether it's through free agency or a trade, LA must find a true starting caliber big man who can hold his own against the elite frontcourt players in the league. This isn't to say that Hayes hasn't been valuable. His skill set, mobility, and high-energy play have certainly benefited the Lakers. He's been a solid fit next to Doncic, offering a level of athleticism and activity that helps the team in transition and on the defensive end. But in a league where size and physicality still matter, especially in the playoffs, the Lakers can't afford to rely solely on a center whose game is more finesse-based than forceful. A dominant big man who can impose his will on both ends of the floor would make a world of difference for LA. A player who can provide consistent rim protection, secure rebounds, and be a legitimate interior scoring threat would elevate this team to another level. The Lakers know this, and if they can find a way to add such a player while keeping Hayes as a rotational piece, they could enter next season as true championship contenders. For now, all eyes are on how Hayes performs under playoff pressure. The postseason will be a defining moment for him, as he has the opportunity to prove that he can be a key part of a contending team. But it will also serve as a crucial evaluation period for the Lakers, as they assess their roster needs heading into the offseason. The next few months will be telling. If Hayes can step up and make a significant impact, he may earn himself another contract with the team. But if his limitations become too glaring, the Lakers will have no choice but to prioritize a major upgrade at the center position. Either way, one thing is clear: LA must find a way to solidify its frontcourt if it wants to be a serious threat in the years to come. The Los Angeles Lakers are feeling the pressure after a string of tough losses, and they're searching for a game-changing solution. With the playoffs approaching fast and every game becoming more crucial, the Lakers know they must strengthen their roster if they want to remain competitive in the stacked Western Conference. Their latest defeat against the Orlando Magic on Monday marked their third consecutive loss, leaving fans and analysts questioning if this team has what it takes to make a deep playoff run. The struggles have been evident on both ends of the floor, and with the level of competition only increasing, the Lakers need answers, and fast. After shocking the NBA world by landing Luka Doncic in a blockbuster trade, the Lakers may not be done making history. According to Joseph Callan from Fansided, LA is now exploring another major move, one that could reshape their entire lineup once again. Their reported target: New Orleans Pelicans star forward Zion Williamson. The prospect of adding a player of Williamson's caliber is enticing. His elite athleticism, dominance in the paint, and ability to draw defenders would be a huge asset to any team. However, there's an undeniable risk involved: his ongoing battle with injuries. Throughout his young career, Zion has missed a significant number of games due to various health issues, raising concerns about his long-term durability. Still, the Lakers have always been an aggressive front office when it comes to acquiring superstar talent. As Callan puts it, whenever a superstar becomes available, the Lakers are always in the conversation. But this time, it's more than just speculation. The Lakers have already made a stunning move for Luka Doncic, a trade nobody saw coming. If they were willing to shake up the roster for one franchise player, why not go all in for another? If the Lakers are serious about bringing Williamson to Los Angeles, they'll need to offer an attractive package in return. Reports suggest that a deal would likely include Austin Reeves or Rui Hachimura, along with draft picks and other assets. Austin Reeves has been a key piece for the Lakers, providing much-needed scoring, playmaking, and defensive versatility. His chemistry with LeBron James and the rest of the roster has made him one of the most reliable players on the team. Meanwhile, Rui Hachimura has been a solid contributor, adding size and scoring ability in the frontcourt. The big question for the Lakers front office is whether Zion's upside outweighs the risk of losing valuable depth. On one hand, adding Williamson would give the Lakers a big three that could dominate the league. His ability to attack the basket and force defensive collapses would create even more opportunities for Luka Doncic on the perimeter. Meanwhile, LeBron's elite passing would allow Zion to thrive in transition and finish plays with his signature explosiveness. As Callan explains, Zion would be a perfect fit alongside LeBron, a powerhouse who thrives in transition and puts constant pressure on the rim. With LeBron and Zion collapsing defenses in the paint, it would free up more space for Doncic to work his magic from beyond the arc. A trio of LeBron, Doncic, and Williamson would instantly turn the Lakers into one of the most dangerous offensive teams in the NBA. The combination of Doncic's perimeter playmaking, LeBron's all-around brilliance, and Zion's dominant inside presence could create mismatches every single night. However, the Lakers must also weigh the potential downsides of such a move. Williamson's injury history is a major red flag. Over the past few seasons, he has missed a significant amount of playing time due to various injuries, including foot and knee issues. If the Lakers trade away key contributors like Reeves or Hachimura and Zion struggles to stay healthy, they could end up with a depleted roster and little flexibility to make further moves. Depth has already been a concern for LA, and sacrificing reliable players for a high-risk star could leave them vulnerable. The Lakers' front office has some big decisions ahead. With the Western Conference as competitive as ever, they need to carefully evaluate their options and determine whether making another blockbuster trade is the right move. If they pull the trigger on a deal for Williamson, they'll be betting on his ability to stay healthy and reach his full potential. If he can do that, the Lakers could have a team that rivals any in the league. But if injuries continue to plague him, they risk losing key depth pieces without a guaranteed return on investment. For now, Lakers fans will have to wait and see if the team makes another bold move. One thing is clear: LA is not afraid to shake things up in pursuit of a championship. Whether it's Zion Williamson or another star, the Lakers are determined to build a roster that can compete at the highest level. With the trade deadline approaching, the pressure is on. Will the Lakers take the risk and make another massive deal? Or will they stick with their current core and look for other ways to improve? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the Lakers are all in on winning now.